My beloved child, as you step into this moment of quiet reflection, I invite you to rest in my embrace, for I have loved you long before you took your first breath, and I will continue to love you into eternity. You may carry concerns that weigh heavily on your heart, but remember that I am your refuge and strength, always present to wipe away every tear and calm every fear. Open your spirit to my guidance now, for I yearn to fill you with an unshakable faith that overcomes every obstacle, drawing you ever closer to the fullness of my grace and the shelter of my protection. Even in the midst of life's storms, I am your steadfast anchor, holding you firmly and securely. Trust in these words, and let hope rise as you look toward the bright horizons I have prepared for you. I am always near, watching over you with a heart that knows every one of your joys and sorrows, and I will never abandon you. You are not alone in this journey, for my presence encircles you in ways you cannot fully comprehend, shielding you from dangers both seen and unseen. Do not fear the darkness that sometimes creeps into your thoughts. Instead, lift your eyes to me, for I am the everlasting light that dispels every shadow. Rest in the certainty that I hold you close, whispering peace to your troubled mind, and reminding you that I have called you by name, declaring you precious in my sight. Let gratitude flood your soul, for I am weaving wonders in your life that will soon become evident in ways you cannot yet imagine. In this sacred encounter, I want you to sense how deeply I yearn for your trust, for it is your faith in me that opens the door for miracles to enter your life. Receive my love with an open heart, for I have poured it out in abundance, leaving no corner of your being untouched by my divine mercy. Do not worry about the trials that loom ahead, because I am the one who stands guard at your future, ensuring that nothing can break you when you hold on to the promise of my unwavering strength. Even when the path grows dim and uncertainty tries to eclipse your hope, remember that I walk before you, illuminating your steps and surrounding you with heavenly protection. Let these words fill you with courage, and do not be dismayed, for I have mighty plans to prosper you in every season. Embrace the truth that your story matters to me, and every chapter of your life is of infinite worth. I see your diligence, your struggles, and the kindness you offer others when no one else is watching, and each moment is treasured in my sight. Though you may sometimes feel overlooked or forgotten, I assure you that my eyes are constantly upon you, searching out opportunities to shower you with favor. When you stumble or falter, do not be consumed by guilt or shame, because my arms are always open, ready to lift you up and wash you with a grace that knows no limits. Take solace in this promise and let my unwavering devotion strengthen your spirit. Allow your heart to be stirred by the reality of my immeasurable love, which surpasses every human expectation, for it is a love that remains steadfast through every trial and triumph. Draw near to me, and I will flood your soul with peace beyond understanding, peace that quiets the loudest doubts and anxieties. Know that even now, I am writing a new chapter in your life, one filled with hopeful tomorrows and unexpected blessings. You are here because I called you, and I have marked you for a purpose that extends far beyond your present circumstances. Trust in me with all your heart, for I am preparing to bestow upon you blessings that will confirm the depth of my affection for you. I formed you with my own hands, shaping your heart and your spirit to reflect the beauty of my divine creativity. You are more than just a name or a face in the crowd. You are my treasured possession, and I take delight in every beat of your heart. When you draw near to me, sharing your deepest hopes and dreams, I feel your devotion as an offering of praise, and it pleases me greatly. Do not belittle yourself, for you hold a sacred place in my grand design, and through you I desire to bring forth countless acts of kindness, love, and transformation in this world. Be assured of this truth. You are precious in my eyes, and I cherish you with a love that can never be diminished. Like a radiant jewel that catches the light in the most dazzling way, so you sparkle in my presence, reflecting the glory I have placed within your soul. I see your unique gifts and talents that set you apart, and I rejoice every time you use them to bring help and encouragement to those around you. Do not think for a moment that your value is determined by what others say, for I have already declared you wonderfully made, a masterpiece of my own design. In the moments you doubt your worth, come to me, and I will remind you of who you are in my kingdom, a beloved heir called to make a difference. Embrace this identity, for it remains unshakable through every season of life. When you wonder if you truly matter, or if your contributions make any difference, remember that each act of goodness resonates throughout eternity, woven into the tapestry of my plans. Even a small gesture of compassion, a gentle word of encouragement, or a silent prayer offered for a friend or stranger carries great weight in my eyes. I track every moment of kindness, every tear you shed in empathy, and every secret sacrifice you make to bless someone else, and I multiply them 100-fold. You may not always witness the outcome of your loving actions, but rest assured that I see and record each one, and I beam with pride at the beauty you bring into the world. Keep sowing goodness, for in due time you will reap bountifully from the seeds of love you have planted. I fashioned your heart to beat with passion and purpose, setting you apart for a mission no one else can fulfill. Do not let the voices of doubt overshadow the profound truth that I have anointed you for greatness, for your destiny is woven into the very fabric of my eternal plan. Indeed, there may be days when you feel unseen or unappreciated, yet I assure you that heaven recognizes every faithful step you take. I rejoice when you persist through obstacles, holding tightly to the vision I placed within your heart. Let my approval be enough for you, and watch how my favor surrounds you like a shield, guiding you into the fullness of your calling. You may sometimes feel you are standing at a crossroads, uncertain which path to take, wondering if you are truly making a difference in your sphere of influence. In those moments, remember my words. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart. Yes, I have known your identity since before time began, and I have already charted a glorious path for you to walk. Therefore, do not be paralyzed by fear of making the wrong choice, for I will guide you with my gentle hand, ensuring that each step you take draws you closer to my divine purposes for your life. Open your heart and allow my voice to lead you forward with confidence and hope. Think of yourself as a fertile field, ready to receive the seeds of my wisdom and love. For when you cling to my promises, your life blossoms into a testimony of my grace. I have entrusted you with gifts and talents designed to manifest my goodness on this earth, and each time you exercise them, you reflect my heart to those who are searching for light. If you question whether you are worthy of carrying such potential, rest assured that my grace is sufficient, and my power is made perfect in your weaknesses. Walk boldly in your uniqueness, for it is precisely in your authenticity that my glory shines through. Every aspect of who you are is purposeful, and I am thrilled to see how your journey unfolds. When others fail to see your true essence, never forget that I, the one who formed you, know every corner of your heart. My gaze penetrates beyond outward appearances, discerning every sincere longing and every unspoken thought. And I treasure you not because of what you achieve, but simply because you are mine. Embrace the freedom that comes with this realization, for you no longer have to seek validation in the fleeting opinions of the world. You are enough in my sight, beloved, and I take delight in calling you my child. Let your soul rest in that truth, and watch how your confidence grows when you walk hand in hand with me. Rejoice in the reality that my love for you is not dependent on your perfection, for I see your heart's desire to please me, and that moves my heart more than flawless execution ever could. When you stumble, I am not quick to condemn, but rather swift to lift you up and cover you in mercy that restores and renews. Understand that you do not have to carry the burden of shame or regret alone, for I have provided a path of forgiveness that erases the past and opens the door to a fresh start. Let your heart be lightened by this gift, for I delight in liberating you from the chains that once held you back. With every new day, I extend my hand, inviting you into the boundless freedom of my grace. My child, I want you to know that you are the apple of my eye, a cherished reflection of my creative power, and I desire for you to see yourself through my eyes. The world may assign labels or measure success by superficial standards, but I encourage you to cast aside those limiting views and rest in my affirmation. Your worth is immeasurable, and I have designed you to shine brightly, radiating compassion, faith, and hope wherever you go. Let my voice be the loudest in your ear, reminding you that you are chosen and loved. Stand firm in this knowledge, for it will protect you from the lies that attempt to diminish your identity. Treasure this truth as you go through each day. I am proud of you, and I celebrate the steps you take to honor me with your life, no matter how small they may seem. When you wake in the morning, know that my eyes are upon you with a tender, watchful care. And when you lie down at night, my protection lingers over you like a gentle blanket of peace. I delight in your laughter, and I stand with you in your tears, ever ready to comfort and console. Nothing you do or fail to do can separate you from my steadfast love, which remains the bedrock of your identity. Rejoice in this promise, and carry it with you as a shield against the storms of doubt, for you are eternally embraced in my unending affection. I see the burdens you carry in the hidden corners of your heart, the moments when worry for your loved ones weighs upon you like an invisible chain. You wonder if the struggles you face today will ever loosen their grip, if the fear that gnaws at your mind will finally be silenced. I understand the questions that keep you awake at night, the concerns about provision, health, and the safety of those you hold dear. Know that you do not face these trials alone, for I, your Maker, stand at your side, collecting every tear in my hand and turning each sorrow into an opportunity for deeper connection with me. Do not lose heart, for in the midst of your challenges, I am forging a testimony of resilience and faith within you. When the noise of this world becomes overwhelming and you feel that your prayers are drowned out by the endless demands of life, remember that I hear even your faintest whispers. There are moments when you might think my silence is indifference, but I assure you that I am actively working behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances to align with your ultimate good. Just as a potter shapes clay with care and patience, so am I molding your character through these hardships, refining your spirit to shine with unwavering trust. Even when you are tired and tempted to give in to despair, lean into my strength, for I will never fail to uphold you. Let hope anchor your soul, for I specialize in bringing beauty out of the ashes of hardship. You have experienced seasons of disappointment when the answers you longed for seem to go unanswered, and this has made you question whether I truly care about your desires. My beloved, I want you to know that I hold your dreams close to my heart, and not a single yearning of your soul goes unnoticed. At times, I may delay certain blessings to prepare you for the magnitude of what is to come, or to protect you from outcomes you cannot yet foresee. If you find yourself in a place of waiting, do not assume I have forgotten you, for I am the author of perfect timing, and my answers always arrive at the most beneficial moment. Do not let discouragement take root. Instead, let these delays deepen your trust, for I am faithful beyond measure. I have seen you question your own worth when comparing your journey to others, doubting whether you are on the right path or if you have fallen behind. Comparison robs you of the joy that is found in embracing the unique road I have chosen for you, a road marked by distinct lessons, blessings, and growth. Rather than measuring your life against the accomplishments of others, fix your gaze on me and the promises I have spoken. If you will trust my process, you will discover that every detour, every trial, and every triumph is a stepping stone leading you toward a destiny tailored just for you. Cast aside envy and insecurity and rest in the knowledge that I am shaping your story with precision and care. Loneliness can creep in when you feel misunderstood or overlooked, and in these moments, a deep ache can overshadow your sense of belonging. You might wonder if anyone truly understands what you are going through, or if your pain is destined to remain unseen and unacknowledged. Hear me whisper to you now. I see every hurt, and I stand closer than a friend who knows you intimately. Even when human companionship fails or seems absent, my comfort is available to fill the empty spaces in your heart. Turn to me in your solitude, for I will cradle you in my arms and speak words of validation and love that heal the deepest wounds. Sometimes the battles rage not in your external environment, but within your mind, where doubt and anxiety can wage war against your peace. Thoughts of failure, condemnation, and regret may loop through your consciousness, leaving you exhausted and fearful of what lies ahead. I call you to remember that I have given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, not one of fear or timidity. Lean on my promises to renew your mind daily, replacing the lies with truths that remind you of who you are in me. Let each fear you confront become a reminder to cling more tightly to my word, for I am ever present to set you free from the mental chains that bind you. When your body is weary from sickness, or your spirit is weighed down by chronic pain, know that my heart breaks with you, and my compassion never falters. I am your healer, though the manifestation of healing might come in ways that differ from your expectations. My power can restore what has been broken, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually, and in every process, I am there to sustain you with my grace. Seek my face when the darkness of pain clouds your hope, and I will be the lifter of your head, reminding you that your suffering will not last forever. Trust that no matter how heavy your afflictions feel, they pale in comparison to the glory I am preparing for you. You may question the state of the world around you when you witness injustice, violence, and suffering, wondering if I truly reign over the chaos that seems to engulf creation. I assure you that I remain sovereign, and though evil appears to flourish for a time, it will never ultimately prevail against my purposes. I grieve over the pain caused by human choices and the broken systems that result from sin. Yet my redemptive plan continues to unfold. In this time, I call you to be a vessel of my light, shining compassion, justice, and mercy into the darkest places. Do not succumb to despair, for I have overcome the world, and I will use you as an instrument of change in your sphere of influence. Even when you falter, making mistakes that bring you shame or regret, I offer you my hand to lift you from the mire of self-condemnation. There is no condemnation for those who turn to me with a humble, repentant heart, and I am always ready to cleanse and renew your spirit. Failure does not define you. It only provides an opportunity for me to demonstrate my boundless mercy and restoring power. Release the guilt you carry and step into the forgiveness that sets you free from the chains of the past. I am the God who washes away sin, restoring what was lost, and clothing you in the garments of righteousness for my name's sake. In all these troubles, I remain your faithful companion, never leaving you to navigate life's complexities on your own. My presence goes before you, standing guard against enemies that seek to harm you, and my goodness and mercy follow behind, protecting your rear flank. At every point in your journey, I enfold you in my loving kindness, ensuring that no trial is wasted. and each tear eventually becomes a wellspring of empathy and strength. Hold on to me, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my hand is always extended to guide you through the darkest valleys. Do not let despair take root, for your struggles are forging within you a spirit that refuses to be crushed, and in that resilience, my glory shines brightly. I am your shield, standing between you and every danger, both seen and unseen, just as a mighty fortress keeps out the raging storms. When doubts attempt to infiltrate your mind, place your confidence in my steadfast commitment to guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. There is no force in heaven or on earth that can shatter the fortress of my protection over those who trust in me. Though the tempests of life may howl and threaten, they cannot tear you from the shelter of my wings, for I am your unwavering refuge. Draw near and know that you are safe in my everlasting arms. Even when the enemy of your soul prowls like a lion, seeking to fill your heart with terror, remember that my power far surpasses anything that tries to oppose you. I have given you authority to trample over snakes and scorpions, and no harm shall truly befall you when you stand under the banner of my name. Take courage in this truth, for while the world around you may shake, I remain unshaken, and I impart my stability to those who look to me. You have a defender who never grows weary or inattentive, a shepherd who fiercely protects his flock from every wolf. Therefore, rest in the bold declaration that I, your God, am your fortress, and you shall not be moved. When fear whispers that you are unprotected, remind yourself of how I delivered my people from oppression in the days of old, guiding them through deserts and seas, always making a way. As I opened the Red Sea, so I will make a path through the seemingly impossible barriers before you, for nothing is beyond my power. In the face of adversity, call upon my name, and I will strengthen you, granting you the resolve to stand firm until victory is yours. I have promised to fight for you, to uphold you with my righteous right hand, so do not cower before the giants in your land. Press onward with faith, for I journey with you at every step. I am your refuge in every storm, your sanctuary in seasons of trouble, and you can run to me when the winds of conflict threaten to undo you. Like a mother hen gathering her chicks beneath her wings, I shield you from the harsh elements and keep you close to my heart. Stay near me, and you will find that safety is not found in the absence of trials, but in the awareness of my presence that transcends every difficulty. Though chaos may swirl around you, I am the calm center, inviting you to rest your soul in my peace. Take shelter beneath my wings, and let no fear disturb the quiet confidence I place within you. I see the traps that the enemy sets before you long before you encounter them, and I am faithful to warn and guide you so you may avoid unnecessary harm. When you feel uncertain about which direction to take, remember that I know every hidden snare and every crooked path, and I lead you toward the way of life. Trust the gentle nudges of my spirit, for I speak through conviction, wisdom, and sometimes through the counsel of trusted friends, all to keep you from stumbling. If you do fall, I am there to lift you up and repair what was broken, redeeming your missteps for my glory. Rejoice in the knowledge that no scheme formed against you can prosper under my vigilant watch. In the face of physical threats, illness, or danger, I am the Lord who heals and protects, the God who parted seas and shut the mouths of lions. Nothing is too hard for me, and my power has no boundary. I call you to lean on me when earthly supports fail, for I am the one who holds your very breath in my hand. Never doubt that I can intervene in miraculous ways, confounding the wisdom of the world and showcasing my might through the circumstances you face. Stand still in faith and behold the deliverance I will bring, for I am your Savior, both now and forevermore. My beloved, even in the darkest valleys you need not fear evil, for my rod and my staff bring you both correction and comfort. I walk beside you, lighting your path with the lamp of my word, ensuring that you do not wander aimlessly into places of peril. When you falter, I guide you back onto the right path, and when enemies surround you, I set a table of abundance and peace before you, proving that my providence knows no limitations. Understand that my presence is the key to your security, a truth that the psalmist proclaimed time and again. Claim it for yourself and see how I turn your nights into glorious mornings. I promise to surround you with my angels, charging them to keep you in all your ways, that you might not dash your foot against a stone. The heavenly hosts rejoice in protecting those who are precious to me, and their interventions often go unnoticed by your eyes, but are fully perceived in the spiritual realm. Do not wonder if I am distant. I am ever so near, commanding the armies of heaven to stand guard over your life. Let this knowledge embolden you, for you are never alone in your struggles, and spiritual forces of light are at work, battling on your behalf. Sleep peacefully at night, knowing that my watchful gaze never rests. Though trials may test your endurance, they cannot strip you of the eternal security I have given you through my Son, for you are sealed with the promise of redemption. Your soul is safe in my hands, and no power of hell or scheme of man can pluck you from my grasp. This is the heritage of those who place their trust in me, a heritage of ultimate victory and everlasting life. Cling to this assurance when the battles rage fiercely, and remind your heart that your destiny is secure, hidden with Christ in me. I will uphold you, I will defend you, and I will guide you on the path that leads to life in all its fullness. In every moment of danger, I am your help. In every hour of doubt, I am your confidence. In every onslaught of fear, I am your courage. Let these words echo through your spirit, dismantling every lie that suggests you are unprotected or forgotten. I will not allow you to be overtaken by calamity, for I am the God who commands the wind and the waves, and they obey my voice. Therefore walk in boldness, knowing that my protective hand rests upon you, and let praise rise from your lips, for your defender is mighty to save, a strong tower into which the righteous run and find safety. My child, do not carry your anxieties alone, for I invite you to cast them upon me, the one who cares for you infinitely more than you can fathom. Kneel in prayer and pour out the contents of your heart, holding nothing back, because I already know your every thought and emotion. Speak to me as you would a close friend, for the veil has been torn, and you have unrestricted access to my throne of grace. Let prayer become your lifeline, a place where your worries transform into bold petitions and your fears crumble into trust. Remember that the earnest prayer of a righteous heart is powerful and effective in shaping the world around you. You do not need elaborate ceremonies or perfect words to reach my ear, because your sincerity is the sweetest incense to my nostrils. Come to me in the quiet of the morning or in the hush of midnight, for there is no time that I do not eagerly wait to hear your voice. When the burdens of life weigh heavily on you, lift them up to me in a simple whisper, trusting that I will respond in love. Make space in your daily routine to pause and acknowledge my presence, for in those sacred pauses, you will discover the peace that surpasses understanding. Remember, the key to powerful prayer is not in your eloquence, but in your genuine desire to commune with me. Do not let the distractions of this world drown out my gentle call, for I long to walk with you, guiding you through each decision and showing you the path that leads to life. Cultivate times of stillness where you can listen for my voice speaking through Scripture, through the gentle prompting of your conscience, or through the timely words of a friend. Be attentive, for I often speak in subtle ways, revealing my will to those who seek me with earnest hearts. Trust that you can discern my leading, for I am not a distant deity, but a loving Father who delights in sharing my mysteries with you. Step forward in faith, believing that when you ask for wisdom, I will generously provide it. When uncertainty looms and you are tempted to rely on your own strength, remember the words of the prophet. Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord. Turn away from self-reliance and lean fully upon my almighty hand, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. As you surrender your plans and ambitions to me, you will find your burdens lifted and your pathway illuminated with divine guidance. Let go of the need to control every outcome and trust in my providence, which is far more capable of securing your future than any human effort. Release your doubts into my hands, and I will fill you with a faith that moves mountains. Above all, stay in communion with me, for this relationship is the heartbeat of your soul, the wellspring of every blessing and miracle you crave. I treasure each moment you spend in my presence, and in return, I pour out my grace and favor in measureless supply. Draw near to me and watch how the chains of fear and worry slip away, replaced by a bold confidence that comes from knowing you are enveloped in my love. Let prayer be your first resort, not your last, and hold fast to the truth that with me all things are possible. Rise and pray, for I am waiting to show you the wonders of my kindness and the power of my name. Look to the future with a heart of anticipation, for I have promised in my word that I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Trust that I am meticulously orchestrating the pieces of your life into a tapestry of blessing and purpose. Though you may only see scattered threads at present, the day will come when you marvel at the beauty of the bigger picture I have been weaving all along. Do not doubt the potential for new beginnings, for I specialize in making streams flow through the wastelands and gardens bloom in desert places. Keep your gaze fixed on the horizon, for your greatest chapters are yet to be written. When discouragement tries to settle in your heart, remember the countless times I have already brought you through difficulties that once seemed insurmountable. Reflect on the testimonies of the saints who walked before you, individuals who triumphed by faith, leaning on my promises despite overwhelming odds. Their stories stand as reminders that I am the same God yesterday, today, and forever, and I still perform miracles for those who believe. Let gratitude fuel your confidence, a constant reminder that my power knows no limitations. No circumstance is too broken for my touch, and no dream is too far-fetched for my creative hand. Know that I am the giver of every good and perfect gift, and as you continue to walk in faith, you will witness blessings that exceed your most cherished aspirations. These blessings are not merely material. They encompass the richness of a transformed heart, the joy of meaningful relationships, and the satisfaction of a life lived in alignment with my purposes. Even the smallest acts of obedience can yield profound outcomes. For in my kingdom, a mustard seed of faith can move mountains. Rejoice in the knowledge that I have prepared good works in advance for you to accomplish, and each step of faith activates my power to bring them to fruition. Keep moving forward, for the best days are not behind you, but just around the corner. Though you face trials of many kinds, do not forget that these trials serve a greater purpose, refining your faith and character like gold in a fire. Through perseverance, patience, and trust, your inner strength blossoms, and you become a vessel of hope for those who watch your journey. By enduring hardships with faith, you shine a light that guides others to seek me in their own seasons of difficulty. Be assured that nothing is wasted in my hands, and every valley you traverse will ultimately reveal a mountaintop experience of my glory. Greet each challenge with courage, for I stand beside you, equipping you to overcome in my name. You are destined for victory, for I have inscribed triumph into your DNA. No matter how many setbacks or detours arise, keep your heart anchored in the assurance of my promises. When doubt tries to cloud your vision, call upon my Spirit to renew your perspective, reminding you of the spiritual inheritance that is yours. Do not be weighed down by yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's uncertainties, but stand tall in the hope that is available today. Embrace the promise of brighter tomorrows, knowing that I walk each moment with you, and my love endures forever. Let hope be your anthem, and let faith be your banner, for with me at your side, you have every reason to look onward with expectant joy. My love for you is everlasting, unshaken by time or circumstance, extending from generation to generation, an anchor for your soul. No matter how many times you stumble or how often your heart wanders, I remain constant, calling you by name and reminding you that you are mine. This love knows no limit, and it pursues you fervently, longing to envelop every corner of your life with divine warmth and acceptance. Cling to this reality, dear one, for my love is the bedrock upon which you can build your faith, your hope, and your future. Never doubt that my affection for you stands firm, outlasting every storm. As you step away from these words and return to the rhythm of daily life, take with you my blessing, which rests on you and those you hold dear. I extend my favor upon you, opening doors that were once sealed and making a way where there seemed to be none. Carry the assurance that you are not walking alone, for my spirit abides within you, strengthening your resolve to live in a manner worthy of your calling. Trust in my promises, for they are unwavering, and watch as new opportunities and encounters blossom in your path. Let peace settle in your heart, knowing that I am always working for your good. Now look forward with confidence, for I am the God of new beginnings, the one who transforms ashes into beauty and turns mourning into dancing. Embrace the bright horizon that I have set before you, and remember to cling to faith when doubts arise. You are equipped, you are cherished, and you are destined to see marvelous wonders in your life. Keep your eyes fixed on me, for I will guide you safely through every valley and lead you beside tranquil waters. Take heart, my beloved, for the best is yet to come, and I will be with you every step of the way. My child, let your heart be open to the gentle waves of my compassion, for when you feel unworthy or weighed down by the world's burdens, I am the one who lifts you high upon my shoulders. Yes, you might stumble, and yes, you may fear the unknown, but remember that my perfect love drives out all fear. In me, you have a steadfast anchor, a source of comfort so profound that no earthly trouble can fully eclipse its radiance. And I want you to cling to that comfort now, allowing it to saturate every corner of your soul. Do not hesitate to bring to me the smallest anxieties or the largest heartbreaks, because nothing is too insignificant or too overwhelming for my compassionate gaze. Let these truths settle in your heart and see how hope begins to blossom, even in the shadows of your doubt. Take a moment to reflect on how I have carried you in the past, for the footprints of my faithfulness are scattered across your life's journey, a testimony of my unyielding devotion. Many times you have wondered if I would come through for you, and each time I have proven that I never abandon those who trust in my unfailing love. Let this reflection fuel a renewed sense of gratitude, reminding you that when I speak promises over your life, they are as certain as the sun rising in the morning. I am neither fickle nor distant, but intimately involved in every beat of your heart, so do not allow temporary setbacks to cloud your vision of my enduring goodness. Instead, breathe in the peace that I extend, letting it settle any restless thoughts and restore your conviction that I am for you, not against you. Listen closely, beloved, for I want to assure you that you are cradled in arms that formed the universe, and yet they tenderly hold your heart as if it were the only one in existence. There is no limit to my capacity for love, and I lavish it upon you willingly, not out of obligation or duty, but out of sheer delight in who you are. I fashioned your spirit with care, carefully weaving hope, resilience, and a unique purpose into your being. and I celebrate every moment you embrace the potential I have placed within you. Breathe in this truth. Let it replace the fears that sometimes cling to your mind, and walk forward in the knowledge that you are profoundly known, irrevocably cherished, and eternally sheltered under my wing. Step into the light of this reality and feel the chains of worry and despair begin to fall away. Consider the story of David, who was but a shepherd boy when I looked upon him and declared him a king after my own heart. In the same way, I see you not merely by your external stature or by any worldly measure of success, but by the potential and sincerity of your heart. I have called you for a reason, an appointment woven into the tapestry of your life, no matter how humble your beginnings or how ordinary your circumstances may appear. When you understand that I delight in you just as you are, a wave of liberation washes over your spirit, freeing you from the need to gain approval from the shifting opinions of the world. Embrace this, and let it nourish your soul with confidence that propels you to do great things in my name. You may wonder if the talents you possess truly matter, or if your passions are just whimsical pursuits with no eternal value. But I remind you that every gift, whether grand in human eyes or seemingly modest, was planted in your life for a divine purpose. And when you use it in love, my glory shines through. Rejoice in the uniqueness that sets you apart from every other soul ever created. For I designed you to fill a specific need, a role only you can perform. The sum of your actions, words, and prayers can echo through eternity, influencing hearts and sparking transformations you may never fully witness on this side of heaven. Let your spirit be assured that I stand behind you, encouraging you to steward each gift with diligence, knowing that even your smallest acts of service hold immense value in my sight. In moments when you question your identity and wonder if you truly belong, remember the words I spoke over my son. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Through him, you are adopted into my family, grafted into the lineage of promise, and you too stand as my beloved child. I take joy in who you are becoming, celebrating every step of growth and maturity you achieve as you follow my guidance. Whenever the voices of doubt try to define you as inadequate or unworthy, recall that my opinion remains steadfast, that you are loved beyond measure, chosen, and meant to reveal the facets of my character to a watching world. When you live from this foundation, you stand unshakable, for your worth is deeply rooted in my eternal perspective. When you feel as though the walls of your circumstances are closing in, I invite you to picture how Paul and Silas, though chained in prison, chose to sing praises to me in the darkest hour. That praise became the key that led to their miraculous deliverance, as prison doors swung open and shackles fell away. In the same way, I urge you to find a song of thanksgiving within your trials, for when you lift your voice in worship despite the pain, you open the doorway for my power to manifest in unimaginable ways. Know that your tears, mingled with praise, form a divine appeal that reaches my throne, moving me to act on your behalf at just the right time. Do not underestimate the strength of your worship, for it carries the fragrance of genuine faith that I hold dear. Sometimes the fiercest battles you fight are within your own heart, where insecurity and past traumas wage war against the hope I offer. You may try to numb or silence these hurts through distractions or self-reliance, but I urge you instead to bring them to me, vulnerably and honestly. Remember the woman at the well who had endured so much rejection and shame. When she met my son, her life was transformed by a single revelation of her true worth. Let that story remind you that I offer living water to those who are thirsty and laden with burdens, ready to lift the heaviest weights from your shoulders. In your moments of brokenness, do not turn away from me in shame. Draw closer, for my healing grace pours out most abundantly upon the wounds you dare to reveal. If your path has led you into a season of grief, where mourning lingers and you question how to move forward, Know that I stand beside you with a heart that understands sorrow profoundly. My own son wept at the tomb of a friend, sharing in the anguish of those around him, demonstrating that I, too, empathize with your losses. In such times, do not be afraid to grieve, for tears are part of the human story, and in your vulnerability, you open your heart to my comforting presence. I will gently guide you toward healing, granting you the resilience to continue, despite the pangs of sorrow. Even in the valley of the shadow of death, my rod and my staff bring solace, and I will walk with you until the day breaks and you glimpse hope once again. Recall how Elisha prayed that his servant's eyes would be opened to see the chariots of fire surrounding them, revealing that my heavenly armies were already in place, far outnumbering the enemy forces. In your life, too, there are angelic hosts encamped around those who fear me, ready to shield and deliver you at my command. Though you may not always perceive them, trust that my resources are vast, and my power to protect is beyond measure. When threats loom, let your heart find confidence in this unseen reality, knowing that I have already issued orders for your guardianship. This knowledge is not meant to inflate your pride, but to strengthen your trust in my boundless might and unwavering loyalty. Think about the brave three who faced a fiery furnace, refusing to bow to any power but mine, confident that I could save them if I willed. Even in the midst of the flames, I was there, standing with them, ensuring not a hair on their heads was singed. This is the same protective presence I extend to you, not necessarily to keep you from every trial, but to sustain you right in the heart of it, showing that my glory is made manifest in your perseverance. Therefore, when life's fires seem unquenchable and the heat threatens to overpower you, remember that I am present in the flames, preserving you, and your testimony will shine like refined gold. Allow your faith to dispel the fear that threatens, and see how I become the fourth figure in your darkest trial, ensuring that you emerge unharmed in spirit. Let your heart resonate with the psalmist who declared that I am a refuge, a fortress, and in me you can place unwavering trust. Realize that you have a hiding place in my presence, a sanctuary where the world's chaos must yield to the quiet hush of my sovereignty. When troubles roar like a tempest, step into the secret place where I speak calm into your soul, reminding you that I hold the entire universe in the palm of my hand. With me, your soul can find rest, and your spirit can dance upon the waves that once threatened to swallow you. Turn to me, beloved, and discover that my mighty hand is ever ready to shield you from harm, guiding you through even the darkest nights. I invite you to remember how my son taught his disciples to pray with simplicity, addressing me as Father, seeking my kingdom first, and laying their daily needs before me. There is no formula so complicated that you must master to approach me. In fact, the childlike sincerity of your heart is the greatest key to intimacy with me. When you pray, do so in the knowledge that I'm not a distant ruler tallying your mistakes, but a loving Father longing to pour out good gifts upon you. Let your daily conversations with me be a true dialogue, where your heart remains open to my gentle whispers of guidance, correction, and affection. In this communion, you will find clarity that surpasses any counsel the world might offer. Take the step to cultivate a spirit of thanksgiving in your prayer life, for gratitude unlocks the doors of my provision and amplifies the chorus of praise that shakes the very foundations of darkness. Give thanks in all circumstances, not because every circumstance is pleasant, but because it is my will that you remain joyful, assured of my sovereignty and goodness. Let your words weave a tapestry of praise around you, a shield that repels discouragement and invites my presence to dwell more richly in your midst. As you practice this habit, you will see how your perspective shifts, revealing opportunities for faith where once there were only obstacles. Embrace the power of gratitude, and watch how it transforms your approach to challenges, infusing each trial with renewed hope. Do not forget that prayer is more than just speaking, it is also listening. Make space in your busy schedule to quiet your soul, to let the noise of daily life settle, so you can discern the gentle nudges of my spirit. For I often speak in a still, small voice, and if you fill your day with ceaseless commotion, you might miss the subtle leading I wish to impart. Ask me to search your heart, revealing hidden motives or areas that need healing, and allow my spirit to guide you into deeper alignment with my will. As you practice active listening, you will find that prayer becomes a two-way conversation that revitalizes your faith and brings clarity to the next steps on your journey. Consider how the disciples, after my son's death, hid away in fear, convinced that their hopes had been dashed, only to discover the empty tomb that would forever transform their sorrow into triumph. The resurrection they witnessed became the cornerstone of unshakable hope, a reminder that what seems lost or dead can burst forth with new life in my timing. In your life, too, I am capable of resurrecting dreams that appear buried, relationships that seem irreparably broken, and opportunities that look forever sealed. Do not be quick to sign off on hopelessness. I can roll away the stones that block your path, unleashing resurrection power where you least expect it. Keep your spirit awakened to my possibilities, for I delight in writing impossible stories of renewal and restoration. Recall that every wilderness experience, every desert place you traverse, holds the potential for encounters with my miraculous provision. Just as I provided manna from heaven and water from a rock for my children in the wilderness, so too can I supply your every need in ways that defy human logic. When your resources run dry, look up to me, your source, who never fails. Take courage in knowing that just beyond the horizon of your hardship, an oasis of blessing awaits, and I lead you there at precisely the right moment. Let faith guide your steps, believing that I am paving a road through your wilderness, and even the barren ground will flourish under my blessing. Finally, remember that your journey is not an isolated road, but part of a grand narrative that spans centuries of faith and countless testimonies of my goodness. The saints who have gone before you are cheering you on, and their stories serve as evidence that I remain the same, strong and faithful to deliver. Draw inspiration from their lives and add your own chapter of overcoming and perseverance to this ongoing story of redemption and grace. Keep your eyes on eternity, for the struggles of this world will pale in comparison to the glory I have in store for you. Stand in awe of the majestic purpose unfolding in your life, and dare to hope, for I am the one who holds your past, present, and future in my loving hands. Place your trust in my unchanging nature, for I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and every moment in between is under my gracious authority. Though the seasons of life may change and people may come and go, I remain your consistent hope, your eternal fortress of stability. As you walk away from this moment of reflection, let your spirit remain tethered to the reality of my steadfastness, so that no storm can uproot the confidence you have found in me. Keep your heart aligned with my word, and you will continue to see evidence of my hand guiding each step of your journey. Rejoice in the knowledge that my faithfulness does not wax or wane, but stands as an unshakable pillar upon which you can lean. Let your faith blossom into action, for faith without works is like a seed buried under the ground that never sees the sunlight. Step out boldly into the dreams I have stirred within you, believing that my provision goes ahead of you, clearing obstacles and opening doors. When you move in obedience to my voice, you will find confirmation in the blessings and peace that accompany your steps. And even in the face of challenges, you will recognize the unmistakable fingerprints of my guidance, encouraging you to press on. Let the echoes of these words reverberate in your soul as you take each new step in faith, knowing that I, the Lord, am with you always. Now, my beloved, carry these truths with you. My love is unfathomable, my grace is sufficient, and my power is unmatched. You are surrounded by a cloud of my promises, invitations to experience my goodness anew each morning. I urge you to rest in the assurance that every chapter of your life is precious to me, and even when you cannot see the path clearly, I am there, leading you through every twist and turn. Take hold of the hope I have planted in your heart. Let it guide you through uncertain days, and watch as my light guides you into victories you never thought possible. Go in peace, fortified by my presence, and forever remember that you are my treasured child, destined for greatness in my kingdom.